this whole existence, this whole creation, it's all part of God. It's all God experiencing itself. And it does that through us. We were created to create and experience creation. And we did it willingly. And when we're here, when we're in the density, and we're in the energy, and especially when we're in the pain and the suffering and the heartache, whether it's in our own lives or whether we look out into the world and see and feel it, there's a lot of us that get stuck in the energy of here, of 3D, of density, and forget ourselves. And that is why there are so many things here to help us remember, to help us come back to ourselves. When we're here, we're split. It's duality. It's the world of duality. And in everything we do, everything we experience, there's always some part of us that is reacting to the energy of this 3D world. But there's always another part of us that's that connection to the other side that is knowing why we're really here and knowing that we choose to be here. And a lot of us have forgotten that. A lot of us have forgotten why we're here. A lot of us have forgotten that we chose to come here. And from the other side, we understand. In between lives, we understand. When we're on the other side, looking down, we see very clearly our mission and our calling. And it's to come and help shift the energy. It's to come and help create something new. We're here to experience all of it. And while we're in all of it, we get caught up in all of it. From the other side, we understand. From the other side, we see that creation is meant to evolve, that creation is meant to keep shifting, and that we are here as creators to recreate ourselves and recreate life. And from the other side, before we come back down, if God were to take a vote and say, souls, who here is brave enough to go back into density to help shift creation, to help evolve creation, to help move the stuck energy, to help your parents and your siblings and your soul family? Who here is brave enough to go back into 3-dimensionality to help them? And every soul would raise their hand, every soul would sign up, and that is what we do. But then when we come back here, because we're in duality and we're split, we forget. And it's part of the process. It's part of how this all works. So it's not too easy for us. So we understand growth, and we understand evolution, and we understand struggle, and we understand choice. But from the other side, we all instantly sign up, and we come back in and we forget. We come back in and we forget, and we cry out, why am I here? Why, God, is this happening to me? Why, God, is the world the way it is? And God replies, because you haven't changed it yet. And so many souls here on earth in bodies are crying out in pain, wanting change, crying out to God, why? And God keeps whispering to us, because you haven't changed it yet. That is your job. That is why you chose to return, to change it all, to change everything that you do not resonate with, to create a new world, to create a new life, to create a new way of being. That is what we all chose to do. That is what we chose to do. And there is some part of our soul that always remembers. And just in case any of the people out there aren't clear about this, the flip side is our soul on the other side went, hey God, can you send me to earth so I can complain and bitch and do nothing but yell at you and blame you for the world I'm in, that'd be great. God, can we do that? Can I go down there and just complain the whole time about my life, about everything you created and everything you made and all the beauty that's here, and just blame everything and everyone else? That'd be great, right, God? Let's do that. Let's play that game. No, that's not what happened. That's not why we're here. That's not what it is about, even though so many like to play that role. And it's okay. It's forgiven, because this was not created to be easy, even though it also is. And that's duality. It is as easy as we make it, as easy as we want it to be, but it's the grand escape room. It's the grand game. It was also created so that part of us did forget and part of us can remember, so that we learn, so that we grow, so that we evolve, so that we have to be stuck in the density, stuck in the mud for a little bit to want to choose a different life. Because if everything was easy, we wouldn't have come down here. If everything was easy, we would have just stayed on the other side. This is the learning game. It's the learning board. It's the place where we come to experience ourselves, to understand all of creation, to understand all of life, and have the free will to choose what we want to create next. And it doesn't always happen overnight. And that is part of the problem with humanity, is humanity always wants instant, wants things very quickly. It wants things to change tomorrow. And from the grand perspective, we come and do this over lifetimes and generations. And so to come down here and change things overnight might actually look like things changing over a lifetime, which is what happens. Because if you look back 100 years, things were very, very different. And if you look back over 500 years, things were really different. And if you look back over 1,000 or more years, things were really, really, really different. Humanity has been doing wonderful, and we forget that because we're stuck in our little confined minds, and we're stuck in our present world and not always looking at the bigger picture and the grander picture, and not always tuning into our soul's calling, and not always tuning into the remembrance of the grandeur of who we really are and why we are really here. And so it always falls on us to listen in those quiet moments, to listen to our soul, to listen to our heart, to listen to our guides, to listen to God's whispers, reminding us that we are the creators of our reality, and it is up to us to keep creating, keep changing every day, holding intention, speaking words, taking actions, and little by little, things will change, if not overnight, within weeks and months and years and decades. But as more of us wake up and more of us take on our soul's calling and take on our mission, things that used to take thousands of years, things that used to take hundreds of years, things that used to take decades will shift quicker than ever before. The more people that wake up and bring together a unity consciousness of intention for peace and love and higher vibrational energies, the quicker things will change. I promise. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. I am Gregory Campisi, dedicated to the awakening of humanity.